afternoon, Pokesports. On to another VGC Battle Stadium Regulation C video, bringing you an Earthworm team. Now, EYC happened, Hamster Mania, also known as David Kutesh, decided to bring Earthworm to the party and did relatively decently with it, which is pretty interesting because Earthworm has never been considered like a top tier Pokemon, but it does have a very good and interesting ability, that being Earth Eater. Also having access to a very rare move like Shed Tail. You do have different kinds of things that Earthworm can do that not any other Pokemon can do in the format, which does give it a place in the world, especially when considering the fact that Ting-Lu is probably one of the most popular ruinous Pokemon that has entered the metagame. At least it feels like the most popular ruinous Pokemon that has appeared. A lot more popular than like Chien-Pao, I think, and like Chi-Yu. Like I said, it feels that way because I feel like every single team I see a Ting-Lu on it, and I'm not surprised. Ting-Lu hurts a lot, especially when you go Banded, Choice Band, EQ Ting-Lu. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how much damage that's going to do, specifically next to Chien-Pao and specifically with Earthworm on the field in the game state where Earthworm is not able to take damage from the Ting-Lu, and then the enemy team is just going to suffer because Ting-Lu is doing way too much damage to it. That, on top of the fact that that Earthworm can do a lot with body press and iron defense, and even has heavy slam for flutter mains. I don't know. There's just so much synergy with this team. I'm excited to see. I did end up seeing this this team showcased on Olivia Sama's channel, also known as Liv. We'll leave a link to their channel down below in the description as well. And they had a very good time with it. An absolutely great time with it. So I hope that I can have the same time with Earthworm here on the channel. I'm excited. If you're excited, hit the like button down below and subscribe to Pokesports if you haven't done so already. With that said, let's get on to today's battles. Half Trick Room, half Lilycole. The one thing Earthworm doesn't really want to see is a Lilycole team, that's for sure. The good news is, I am Fire Terra. Worst case scenario, I am Fire Terra. Okay. I gotta be a little bit cautious, especially against Lilycole. I do have safety goggles on Gyarados. And I do have like Taunt and Thunder Wave, and I am a water type with Gyarados. So I think Gyarados plus Ting-Lu might be my lead here. I do still want to bring the Earthworm in the back, just so Earthworm can have a little bit of a showcase here. It's probably not going to be like the end-all be-all, best case scenario Earthworm match. But it'll do something, that's for sure. And I guess in the far back, let's just do Specs Fluttermane and call it a day. Sounds good for me. Or do I do Chien-Pao? Chien-Pao is also not a horrible option. Dragonite also does have Lumberry if I wanted to lead Dragonite against the Lilycole. Ooh, those are some options. Oh, I'm running out of time, but that is definitely the play. There you go. Right on the nick of time. I got the right Pokemon in the right places. I'm very afraid of Sleep Powder, as you can see. That I want to lead with Safety Goggles and Lumberry to start the battle off. That is the one way it can maybe crack through this. And honestly, with Dragonite and with Gyarados, I'm in a great spot. Oh, looks like they're going to Trick Room here. Fascinating. Not a fan, and not what I was expecting. Earthworm will have a chance to shine here. I'm Water Terra, unfortunately. And I can't taunt either. I mean, I could taunt the Amoonguss, right? Which might be worth. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I could also just hard swap the Earthworm and call it a day as well. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap in the Earthworm. I'm going to let them do their thing, because there isn't much that a Hatterene can do to an Earthworm. Unless it's going to, like, Mystic Water me. Mystic Fire me. Alright, taunt onto the Amoonguss. At least that can't Spore me for a couple of turns. That is never a bad thing. I could have definitely done probably some more things that turn. Specifically with Dragonite go for a Terra Blast on the Amoonguss, but it's fine. We'll settle for this for now. I could go into Ting-Lu. In fact, I think I will go into Ting-Lu just to weaken the Hatterene damage. You know what? Let's set up iron defenses. Let's get it going. Let's get the iron defenses going. They're actually going to swap out of the Hatterene here, probably fearing a steel type move, and into the iron hands. We don't love to see iron hands, especially since we just swapped into Ting-Lu. But this does mean that the EQs will definitely hurt. They actually swap, double swap here. They swap out the Amoonguss as well. Go into the Torkoal. Okay. This is where the problem starts. Thankfully, both the Pokemon on my opponent's side of the field are very slow. And thankfully, they didn't bring Lilligant. And thankfully, they showed us their whole team. This Iron Defense is not going to do anything for me. But I could Fire Terra. I do have Fire Terra as an option. I have Water Terra here. But I think I'm just going to Earthquake and Fire Terra. Then Earth Eater should be able to keep me safe. Let's go for the Body Press onto the Iron Hands this turn. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. I feel okay here. It might not be the world's greatest turn, but I feel like we're not going to lose both Pokemon here. The one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is like maybe this Iron Hand's going to do a lot of damage to me and I'm not ready for it, but we'll see. It kind of depends on what my opponent decides to do. I'm sure they're just going to click Eruption and cross their fingers. All right, Earthworm. Steel Friend. Turning into a Fire Friend. Oh, they just fake out. Oh, not great. But okay. That does hurt Ting-Lu a lot. I feel like I body pressed the wrong spot. Yeah, probably. Can we make up this bad turn? I think so. The Gyarados swap, maybe? And a body press onto Torkoal this time? Maybe a Shed Tail. Do I have Sitrus? I have Sitrus, right? I have to sack off half my health here. Yeah, I do have Sitrus. Okay, so they're going to bring me down below. And the Sitrus should bring me back above half. And I'll be able to Shed Tail the sub onto somebody. Now, I'm actually not too sure if Shed Tail also transfers over my Iron Defense boost, but if it does, that's incredible. Perfect. That works for me. That is actually my greatest outcome. Oh. Oh, get wrecked. What? Why would... Oh, I guess they forgot. They must have forgotten. Why would you not just erupt again, my friend? I will take that and I will run with it. I just am now able to get a Ting-Lu with Choice Band against 2 ground weaknesses behind a sub. I am in a great spot. And do I also keep the +2 in defense? Please tell me I do. No, I don't. Oh, that would have been broken if I did. Okay. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Only one last turn of Trick Room for my opponent. So that's kind of good. What it means is I can go for a Bulldoze here just to weaken them. Actually, why am I doing damage to Ting-Lu? Maybe what I should do is just swap back into Earthworm on the Gyarados spot. And click EQ. I like that option too. Withdraws Torkoal. This is huge, man. Oh, I'm about to get this Earthworm back up to full. Hatterene coming back out because they got to set Trick Room again after this turn. The double swaps as well, so that means Amoonguss is coming back out onto the field. Game's getting spicy. Hold up. Game's getting spicy. There should be a lot of damage behind this EQ right now. I was successfully able to stall out the Trick Room for as long as I could. Hopefully big EQ, specifically onto the Hatterene here. I would love to see a damage onto this Hatterene right now. Absolutely wonderful. Half HP is all I needed. So what that means is they can't hide behind just another attack. I do have to swap out the Earthworm. Probably into Dragonite this time with the Lumberry. And I'm just going to keep firing EQs. We spam EQ until the end of time. Especially now that we know that it's just a simple 2-hit KO on this Hatterene. That's the last Trick Room setter they have on their team as well. Mungus can't redirect. Oh, I love how much synergy this team has. That I can swap into any Pokemon I have in the back, and this EQ doesn't do damage to it. That is crazy. All right, Dragonite coming back out now. We are swap galore here. And looks like the Amoonguss is... Okay, well, you can't sleep a sub, so... If that's what your plan is, it's not going to work. Doesn't affect Dragonite. Big EQ. Bring the Amoonguss down below. In the red. Beautiful. They do have a berry. Probably Sitrus. Okay, so one more EQ still knocks out the Amoonguss. And then Spore onto my Lumberry. Again, we take those. You know what's even greater now? Is the fact that we know for a fact my Ting-Lu outspeeds the Amoonguss. Sunlight's going to go away. Doesn't actually matter. I can Dragon Dance here and then just click EQ because that's a double KO no matter what happens. Ting-Lu means business. Ting-Lu behind a Shed Tail, though, means extra business. Paddle was canceled. They don't even want it. They're just like, give up. You got it, Kev. That was a good one. It's a really good one. It's funny that in that battle, no Pokemon died. But the winner was still crowned. GG's. Ting-Lu, CERULEDGE, Gyarados. Oh, buddy, that's a team. A lot of this team is weak to ground, though. So maybe if I set up a Ting-Lu, I'll be in a pretty decent position. Looking at their team, though, I'm definitely going to need my Gyarados. I just don't know where I'm going to need my Gyarados. Whether it's going to be in the lead or in the back. I think I want Gyarados Fluttermane as the lead. With, like, Ting-Lu and Earthworm in the back. This is going to be a little bit of a messy game. But we'll find ways around it. I'm immediately afraid of, like, a Grass Terra on that CERULEDGE. Just because, you know, I played CERULEDGE in the last video. And I Grass Terra nearly every single battle. And it's such a good Terra for CERULEDGE to be. Because it's not weak to fire. Because of the Flash Fire. And can just kind of be immune to Amoonguss stuff. Speaking of Amoonguss. And CERULEDGE. Amoonguss and CERULEDGE going to be my opponent's lead. Not great, but I'm glad I got the Intimidate off. And I'm glad that I can get the Taunt off as well onto this Amoonguss. We're not playing games. We'll taunt the Amoonguss. And we might have to swap out this Flutter, go into the Ting-Lu. Yeah, let's do that. Swap out the Flutter, go into the Ting-Lu. Force the Grass Terra on them if I can. Then at least that means that they can't terrestrialize any other Pokemon they have in the back. With the fear of this Shadow Sneak being so imminent, I gotta play around it, unfortunately. But hey, it is -1. So maybe I shouldn't have been that afraid, but it's okay. We'll still go with what we did. We already clicked the buttons. This is actually a bulkier Fluttermane, so I probably could have lived it, but it's all good. We'll send in Ting-Lu instead to take it. They're actually going to terrestrialize right now. Okay. What you got? Grass, okay. I was kind of hoping it would be Steel. Unfortunately, it's not Steel. It's all good, though. Grass Terra CERULEDGE. Going for the Shadow Snake. As predicted, going to do -1 damage to Ting-Lu. And then a free Taunt onto the Amoonguss. All right. All right. Amoonguss is no longer an issue. No longer a Pokemon. Not a big deal for me. Can't taunt or can't Spore after the taunt. I can take this next turn kind of simply. And then just go Thunder Wave into literally everything on my opponent's side of the field. And just start clicking EQ. I know that's not going to do a lot of damage to CERULEDGE. But it will do neutral damage to Amoonguss. And the odds are that they swap into something weak to ground is very high on their side of the field. So if the Amoonguss decides to swap, we'll be in a pretty decent position. Doesn't look like it did, though. EQ? I'm already outspeeding their CERULEDGE. Of course, we did paralyze it, but that's good to know. And it gets fully parried, baby. Amazing. Followed by the Pollen Puff. Listen, I got no reason not to just keep EQing, though. I could even EQ and, like, intimidate spam, probably. I gotta see how many turns of this Among Us taunt they got left. 1 turn to taunt. Okay, so I'm gonna T-Wave this turn, the Among Us, and I'm just gonna go for EQ, and then next turn I'll start going for a taunt again. Their CERULEDGE can't touch my Gyarados, and their CERULEDGE can't touch my Ting-Lu, so I don't actually know what CERULEDGE is still doing on the field, which is why I'm just gonna keep clicking EQ, right? If I know I'm safe, I'm gonna go for the safe move. Oh, we got a crit there on the Among Us. I'll take that. That means I don't have to taunt it next turn, which means I can start Intimidate spamming. Okay, that crit might be very huge. Oh, they have Terra Blast? Dude. Fascinating. And painful. Wow. I didn't expect that damage. Okay. I do wish that I was in a better position than this. I do. Because they are intimidated, so honestly, they might be getting special attack Terra Blasts off with that hit, which is interesting. I am gonna Thunder Wave the Flutter Mane and maybe Hard Swap here. Yeah, definitely Hard Swap into my Earthworm. Fingers crossed on Earthworm. That should definitely be able to take a Grass Terra Blast, but if they swap over to do something like a Fire Bitter Blade, I might be in some trouble. Let's find out. Don't Bitter Blade me. Please, Tom. They do just Terra Blast again. Good. Awesome. Into Gyarados? Fine. Even better. Gyarados absolutely eats that. Alright, now I can go for T-Wave on Flutter Mane. I can go for Fire Terra, Heavy Slam. Also onto Flutter Mane. Actually, will Heavy Slam be enough to KO? How heavy is this worm? Because, like, if you're a Titan, then fine. Yeah, you're huge. But, like, how heavy is the actual Pokemon? I'm curious. They Moonblast me. Okay. We eat that up. I do get the T-Wave off, which only matters if I don't one-shot it here. We'll find out how much the Heavy Slam can actually do. Boing, boing. Ooh. Sash? Okay, so we actually do one-shot it otherwise. That's great to know. Followed by the Bitter Blade. Not today, though. Nice try. Earthworm back to being an absolute menace. All right. They could Shadow Sneak me, so I do have to make proper swaps, maybe? I'm gonna Bulldoze. Part of me wants to Iron Defense, but part of me also just wants to get rid of Flutter Mane, so let's just get rid of Flutter Mane. CERULEDGE gets paralyzed. That's huge. Again, I'm getting really lucky this game. Bulldoze is also going to be very convenient. It's going to heal me back up to full. It's going to finish off the Flutter Mane, which means that the Body Press will now... Oh, did I go for Body Press or Heavy Slam? I might have gone for Heavy Slam. That's fine. Whatever. Still decent enough damage. The Body Press was a risk because of... You know... the thing on the field. Gyarados coming in now. Oh. Earthworm doesn't like Gyarados. I can T-Wave you, though. Do I swap? No. Gyarados doesn't tend to build bulky. Or build, like, offensive, so I should be okay. Unfortunately, they do knock my Gyarados here. But I think I should be able to take a Waterfall as long as I don't get flinched. Oh, I outspeed the Gyarados. World's fastest worm, dude. What? I outsped just the regular Gyarados. Now, that means that this Gyarados is, like, bulky. Yeah. Doesn't knock me. That was a crit, too. Not even close. I still got a whole berry to eat. Oh, Earthworm. You mean business right now. All that's left. Oh, and I outspeed it too. That's wild. The fact that I outspeed it is actually hilarious. You know what? Just to make Earthworm win this game, I'm going to go into Ting-Lu. I'm going to go into Ting-Lu. And I'm going to just heal myself with EQ. I know it doesn't do damage to Gyarados, but it heals my Earthworm. It's going to be the infinite Earthworm. This Earthworm will never die. Ting-Lu uses EQ. Earthworm gets the Earth Eater. And I'm also going to get Iron Defense up. How slow is this Gyarados, though? What is happening? I'll actually switch over to Waterfall. Oh, they don't let me do the spam. The EQ spam. Ah, sad. Big sad. All right. Into Flutter Mane we go. Now we just Moonblast and we Body Press and we win. And that's a GG, my opponent. What a game. That game was wild. I'm still not entirely sure how this Gyarados is slow. Yeah, wow, that's a bulky Gyarados. It has to be its bulk investment. A Waterfall again. Is that a second crit? Listen, this Gyarados' Scope Lens, max HP, max attack convinced me otherwise. What the heck? That's 2 crits on my poor worm and I'm able to live it. Gyarados is going down. We're taking another dub with the Earthworm and hey, I might be converted to the Earthworm train at this point. Like, this is hilarious how well it's doing in today's video. GG's. Grass, Water, Fire with the Bundle, Arcanine, and Amoonguss. Also, hello, Flutter Mane. Never seen you before. Double Ghost types with Flutter and Annihilate, though. Also, Hypax. Interesting. I mean, honestly, Earthworm does very good into this team. I do have double Ghost types with both Ghost types on their side of the field. Earthworm can't really deal with Annihilate, but can deal with Flutter Mane, especially if I go for the Fire Terra. And Flutter Mane just kind of stuck, not doing much to me. The other concern I have is probably that Baxcalibur, which I should be able to deal with my own Flutter Mane. I want to bring Gyarados, but I can't lead Gyarados because of their Annihilate. Might have Defiant. Do I have Inner Focus? No, I have Multi-Skill here as well. Let's go Flutter Mane in the lead. With Dragonite, because I can at least Dragon Dance everything away and fix all of my problems later. I'm also going to leave the Gyarados behind, just because Gyarados kind of just falls victim to a Freeze Dry. Even though Gyarados would be really nice into the Amoonguss. I could just taunt the Amoonguss, and then Amoonguss can't be Amoonguss. It's too late. I locked in. I think, in general, Ting-Lu is probably a better option for this final battle. Hopefully, I don't end on a loss. I want Earthworm. I want Earthworm to get the 3-win episode, man. Earthworm deserves it. Arcanine back. So they did lead with the Intimidate. They didn't lead with the Defiant Mon. So maybe I was overly cautious. Who knows? But I do have Lumberry, and they don't have a great way of dealing with my Flutter Mane right now. Granted, they could Poison Terra their backs, and they could go for Glaive Rush. So I should switch in Earthworm, I think. So let's do that first. Let's just set a Dragon Dance up. Do they Glaive Rush the spot? I highly doubt it. I guess they could always just Ice Move this Dragonite spot, right? Do I Terrastalize and Dragon Dance? And then die to Ice Shard next turn? Yes. Let's do that. I think, honestly, they're going to take this time to try to knock out the Flutter Mane. At least I hope. I'm trying to force a Terra out of them, because once I see what their Terra is, I can kind of play around the matchup a lot better, right? Because right now, it's kind of a toss-up. Like, I look like I have a pretty decent lead into their team, but in just like 1 quick second, I could have an awful lead into their team. It really just depends on the Baxcalibur Terra. Who's just going to protect, so I was worried for nothing. And they just snarl. Yeah, I was absolutely worried for nothing. Cool. Works for me. I'm able to, unfortunately, lose my multi-scale. But I do get speed on my side. Now, I have to fear... I have to fear the Arcanine at least a little bit. Especially with Flare Blitz. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to body press backs. And then just click EQ. I'm actually the fastest thing on the field after the Dragon Dance, which is actually convenient. Just a regular stab EQ. Not stab, but you know. Super effective EQ. They go for the Will-O-Wisp. I have Lumberry, baby. Nice. I was really worried about a Flare Blitz. I'm happy to see Will-O-Wisp. Nom nom. Dragonite's a little hungry. They go for the ice. This is gonna hurt. That's gonna murder me. Okay, at least I got the EQ off. They're not committing to Terra, which is kind of annoying me. Like, I wish they would just show me what the Terra is. Oh, honestly, Baxcalibur is low enough to where I don't care anymore. Okay, cool. So what that means... I wish they weren't just gonna Will-O-Wisp me, but they probably just will Will-O-Wisp me. I'll go into Flutter Mane. And I think I lock on to... I'm gonna Shed Tail, and I think I lock on to... Sadly, I want to say Hex. Just in case it does Poison Terra. But I kind of also want to knock out Arcanine, but I don't think Hex is enough to knock out Arcanine. I'm going to lock onto Moonblast and just go for the backs, because even if they do Poison Terra, that should be enough to knock them out. They go for the Ice Shard. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, they don't want to commit to Terra on a Pokemon that is about to die. That's totally fair. Question is, will I get the Shed Tail off? They just Snarl. That is huge. I do get the Shed Tail off. That is going to weaken my Flutter Mane. But I'm probably just going to end up swapping back out into Earthworm next turn. Yeah, you eat that berry, baby. Earthworm's going to do a thing again. That's great. All right, time to swap. Go into our big moose. Mr. Caboose the Moose. You can't go for Willow on me anymore. And good luck trying to break a Ting-Lu sub. The amount of HP this Pokemon has. Alright, what you got left? Hopefully nothing floating. That doesn't float. Awesome. Yeah, I EQ and I go back into Earthworm. You cannot hide what is inside. Maybe they even go for the Fire Terror. Actually, they should be afraid to go for Fire Terror in front of a Ting-Lu. I hope they go for Fire Terror on that ape. Let's bring Earthworm back out. They protect. Even better, because that means I'm not increasing Rage Fist at all. Flare Blitz. Oh, into my port. We live at 3! Earthworm lives at 3, and we heal it back up. Oh my goodness, man. Earthworm, forget it. It's a cracked Pokemon. We don't heal that much, but listen, I'll take what I can get here. Arcanine's gone. Here's the thing, though. Every turn that they attack Earthworm, they're not attacking Ting-Lu, and that sub is staying up. So, if you really want to attack my Earthworm, be my guest. Like, at this point, just go ahead and do it. Let's go for the EQ again. And let's just go for, I guess, a Heavy Slam onto Annihilate. I don't really have a better move into Annihilate right now. They're going to go for the Bulk Up here. A little annoying. A little concerning. They also still have to Terrastalize. They haven't Terrastalized yet. They're probably just going to put my Earthworm to sleep this turn, if I had to guess. Let's go Band. Great damage onto Amoonguss. Not great damage onto Annihilate, but I got to take what I can get. We'll see how much the Heavy Slam can do. Do something. I'll take it. There's a Spore. Okay. Again. Any turn they're not attacking, Ting-Lu is another turn that I attack with Ting-Lu. Fear the Lu. That was a weird sentence. But fear the Lu. I'm pretty sure they double the Ting-Lu here. It doesn't actually matter what I go for here because I have to do my mandatory sleep turn. Yeah, there's the Drain Punch. Gonna get no health back because sub. And hopefully I have enough damage here to just finish off this. Oh, they still get some health back? That's stupid. I don't like that. That's a stupid mechanic. Oh, that's not enough to knock out the Among Us. Means I'm going to bed. Ooh. Interesting. This game is getting a little interesting. In not a great way. I have to knock out this Among Us as soon as possible. I was hoping they... I live that! This Pokemon is stupid. The fact that I live that is hilarious. Wake up. Wake up. Ting doesn't wake up. Does the Earthworm wake up? Yes! Earthworm! Heavy slam onto the Among Us, knocking out the Among Us, baby. Oh my goodness. Earthworm. Putting a showing today. Now there's no way on this planet I'm just gonna, because they're gonna go for the Ting-Lu, right? There's no way they Rage Fist Ting-Lu. I'm trying not to give Annihilate all of its health back, right? Yeah, I think I swap in Fluttermane. I think we swap in Fluttermane. And we just try to take away as much health from this Annihilate as we can. Ooh, this is such a risky turn, dude. If they go for the Rage Fist, I'm done. Oh, they went for the bulk up. Okay. They have to Terrestrialize. They didn't Terrestrialize yet, and that's annoying me. Because I know they have to, and they're holding it for literally as long as possible. I just want to know what it is so I can prepare myself for it. What is my best play? It's to go for Hex, right? They can only attack one thing at a time. I'm gonna go for Hex. This is why. Looks like they're gonna Fire Terror most likely. Yeah, okay, Hex was my best play. All right, cool. As long as I'm happy I know that Hex was my best play, then fine. I should have body pressed though, it's fine though. Ooh, we're chipping. We are getting there, slowly, but we're getting there. Here's the issue. I still don't knock it out. I should have body pressed, man. Oh, I'm gonna lose this because I didn't body press. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's not okay, it's terrible. It's terrible. What do I... Yeah, Ting-Lu is gonna die to a Drain Punch. The only good news is that they can only attack one of us. Okay, and I can at least switch over to body press now. That just gives me a chance to wake. I did my mandatory turn. I'm still asleep. Okay, so I might wake next turn. If I live this hit, I might wake next turn, which is kind of a big deal. They're just going for the lefty's recovery. Listen, I respect the Annihilate. I'm scared of it. I'm terrified of it. Only play we have. The Drain Punch. We live at 43. Hold up. They're going to get a lot of HP back. But hold up. How much can we do with a single targeted stab choice band? We're asleep, dude. No. I should have body pressed that turn. Oh, that could not be more tragic. The 3-turn sleep, man. No! Yeah, if I was predicting the Fire Terra and I went for the Hex, I should have just gone all in that prediction. Not Heavy Slam and just body press instead. Because you see how much damage that body press was doing? It would have finished off the Annihilate. It would have been more than enough to finish off the Annihilate. And unfortunately, doesn't look like we can do it this game. We're gonna end today's video on a loss, but still a very competitive battle there at the end. It's all good. You can't win them all. And Earthworm, it wasn't meant to be. Listen, man, I tried. I tried to give you the 3-win episode where you're going home 2-1. GG's, Victor. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, consider leaving a like and comment down below. Grab the rental code. Links in the description next to the Pokepaste. Also, try out Earthworm. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you've already tried out Earthworm, tell me how you like it. Because I'm kind of on the Earthworm train right now, seeing how well it did in today's video. So who knows? Maybe we'll see more Earthworm on the channel later down the line. Maybe we'll see Earthworm for Global Challenge 3. Anyway, I'll catch Pokesports. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night. Peace out. Bye-bye.